Happy New Year. It's January 2nd. Thought I'd do a little greenhouse tour since I've got most of the plants that I intend to bring inside already in. There might be a few more that citrus and a few other things that I might bring in if there's some kind of weather emergency like 20 degrees. But as soon as that goes by, they'll get put back outside. A lot of the plants I grow are very tolerant of cool to cold weather, but they just need a little help when the temperatures get kind of crazy. We usually have one weather event like that every year, typically February, sometimes in January, even sometimes December. And I'll just give them a little help during that, and then they're good to go, so I don't lose them. Got lots of stuff in here. If I was trying to name everything, this video would be way too long, so I'll just kind of give you a little visual overview. Some stuff in the middle. I did bring some citrus in. I've got some. This is a scorpion pepper. I have a friend who enjoys these. They're too spicy for me. Brought my lemon guavas inside so they could get ripened up. Kind of made some discoveries about them, that if you thin down the trunks, I'm going to actually remove two of these skinnier trunks and cut this one down short when these fruit are done. That'll help me to not rely on sticks to prop them up when they have a bunch of fruit on them. It's kind of annoying, and I have one outside that's growing way better. I cut it in about half and it's really stout and doesn't need a support. Also, another thing is if you reduce the fruit, I have too many fruit here. I think if I reduced it to we're just having like 2 or 3 fruits per branch, you'll get nicer sized fruits, kind of like this one here. That is like a little over 1 inch in diameter, much better eating. I notice it's got a nice size because it's the only fruit on that branch. But yeah, too many fruits is not good. Here's another one that's getting nice size. Notice it's the only fruit on this branch. So thin to win is the key for lemon guavas. And I'll probably do the same with this strawberry guava. I see some new growth coming out. Might just kind of leave it alone for now because it is setting some new fruit that will be ripe in the summer or early spring. And I do enjoy the strawberry guavas a lot. They have a really nice strawberry flavor. Some new stuff on shelves. I've got some seeds that I ordered from Cameron Bellamy. A friend of mine, he does an amazing job with his business. This is a black pepper, and one thing interesting is that some of these are turning reddish, and when they turn red you can actually eat the fruit, and it's kind of sweet a little bit, which is something I wasn't expecting. And then it does have a seed that inside that you can plant, so I'm experimenting with that. Got my propane heater on. Over here is the Malay apple I've been trying to grow for several years. I have got it to fruit one time, and every other time it's set flowers, the fruit just dropped off. So what I've done different this time is I've actually planted it in this raised bed that I built here on the side of the greenhouse, and then it had some scale on it. I've been spraying it, so I think all the scale's gone now, and we'll see what happens in the spring. Seems to be growing some new growth and has plenty of space in there for it to stretch its roots out. This really tall one's an Inga edulis, which is an ice cream bean. There's like hundreds of varieties of these, and this one's supposed to be pretty good. Never tried the fruit. Bought seeds from Hawaii. It's growing tall. I might have to cut this one way back and just try to encourage it to grow as a small plant, if that's even possible. Got lots of guavas over here. Some Suriname cherries. Jamun back here. The Jamun is still trying to flower. It was flowering in the summer and it hasn't given up yet. Back here is some jaboticabas and wax apples, and that's a mountain papaya. Got my dehumidifier here running, which is a must in a greenhouse in a cool climate. Otherwise, you'll have water constantly on all your walls from being 99% humidity, especially if you have a natural gas space heater like I do, which the byproduct is carbon dioxide and water, both of which plants like. But if you get too much water on your walls all the time, then you're gonna have a bunch of mold and yucky stuff growing. This right here that I'm pointing at is a curry berry. This thing is probably too tall. I was waiting for it to get rid of all its berries before I prune it back. Some jaboticabas that have grown tall. This red jaboticaba still trying to bud out. Just kind of sit there for a while. I think they wait for the weather to warm up, and I think in about another month, when the days start getting longer noticeably, these plants will all start going crazy because they think it's spring and they detect the lengthening days. Got a couple miracle berries ripening up over here. That one's kind of slowed down. Produced about, actually these two miracle berry plants, they produced about, I want to say at least 50 fruits. Looks like they're gonna be going for a second round here. Probably need to get some sulfur on that. I had a Suriname cherry that was flowering, but I don't know if the flowers just dropped off. I realized it's winter now. It smells really perfumey in here. I brought some citrus in here, and I didn't really have to. I just kind of wanted to. The reason why is I knew as soon as I brought them inside, they would flower and set fruit. And my thought is, I'd like to try to get them to set fruit now, and then hopefully have a whole bunch of ripe citrus in the fall. So kind of stimulate that rather than waiting for them to flower in March or April and then trying to ripen fruit in February next year, which is kind of the worst time to try to ripen fruit. I guess I'm back to this side. Let me go around and let's just look upstairs real quick. Some more citrus here. I was going to try to graft some kumquats. I like kumquats. They're pretty tasty. They do really well here. Easy plant to grow. This one growing is, these are some acha-cha, some other garcinias. This one here is a lemon drop, and it looks like I grafted it a while ago. It hasn't really taken off, but it does try to produce some fruit. That's a little fruitlet coming out. Let's see if I can focus. I think maybe. Over here is the Petomba, Eugenia leucinathiana. This thing just flowers all year long. It's had some fruit too. This Batonga tuba, it's been flowering for 6 months in a row. Doesn't set a fruit. I was hoping to put it next to this Petomba and see if the pollen could help it out, but I don't know. I don't see any fruit setting on this thing. It just needs more time. My cacao is still putting out little flowers. I am not sure how to help that thing. I had one other cacao. I sold it with the thought is I'll never get my cacaos to flower, but sure enough, they do. See if this tall Imbe I've been trying to grow for 7 years will actually make a flower. I think it's overdue. It's a Cherylata I grafted onto a big Cherimoya rootstock. Cherylata is one that I've been able to get to fruit, and it's really nice. Got more citrus up here. Got some more Anonas trying to flower. Some different Atamoyas and whatnot. Some Canistels that I brought up here. They're regrowing. Not sure if I can get these things to flower. It's pretty nice fruit though. We'll see. Chimpedak hitting the ceiling almost. See if it'll do anything. I thought it'd be kind of cool to try to grow a Chimpedak. Never tasted one. I've only bought seeds. Heard they're like jackfruit but better. Some more Jaboticabas. This is a red Jaboticaba I grafted on. And you can see that graft right there. Right where that red ribbon is at, right above that is the graft, and then everything above that is flowering. This one hasn't set a fruit though. It's a red Jaboticaba. The Cedar Bay cherry is trying to flower. I don't know if it'll set a fruit though, but we'll see. It's a variegated Suriname cherry. Pretty rare. I thought it was gonna die when I bought it. It kind of came loose in the box and all the dirt just went everywhere. And I was able to revive it. It hasn't really grown much, but it's trying. So it's actually a seedling, so it's naturally like this. So if I can ever get this thing to flower and grow, then in theory, the seeds should make another Suriname cherry that that is variegated. That's the theory. We'll see what happens though. This is a Mame apple. It kind of got beat up in the cold. I probably left it out a little too long, but it's trying to regrow now. Oh, forgot to show you. This mango I brought inside is flowering like crazy. You know, I've got this mango to flower probably 6 or 7 times, but it just never makes a fruit for me. I even have 2 different kinds grafted on there. I have a pickering and I have an orange sherbet. And also next to it, I have another one that's, I think it's called a sweet tart. All those are excellent eating varieties, but just don't know if I can get mango to do anything. Well, This is Seattle area. Mangoes are not known to do anything but die in our cold climate here. So we'll see if I can pull off a miracle. Did we get it all? I think we did. Thanks for watching this really long video. I hope you have a great new year, and I'll see you on the next one.